It's possible to have some kind of blood system where it's like about killing things. Certainly, there's a lot of stuff in the game that's already like that. A lot of abilities and some mutations and whatnot, so it wouldn't really be as distinctive. I won't say that this design of vampires is like the pinnacle of what you could do with the state movement idea, but part of the problem is you need player choice. I think the compelling idea is that there's a choice. If it's all based on kills, that is not something where you can really choose to do it. You can obviously choose to be in a fight, but you can't sort of say, all right, I'm going to go into this state because it would be ideal for this situation, because you have to kill a bunch of stuff to get there if it's all based on kills. So it creates a conundrum where you can't really choose. It's just like, okay, well, I'm fighting a bunch of stuff, so it's going to happen. And it kind of removes the notion of choice. If it's something you have to adapt to, then that's compelling for it being based on kills a little bit. But if it's something that you're like, I want to use this set of abilities, you kind of need agency, player agency, to be in there, and you don't have a lot. So I really should step forward and kill this guy. Everything is all pretty expensive right now. Fighting is pretty costly. Dodging, I just don't want as much, even though it is much cheaper than anything else. We can go 22 fighting. We may not even get there. All ancient... Oh! Well, aren't you special? See if we can go track down Mr. Ancient Rich. So these teleport traps just mean I mostly clear out the entire vault. Now there's still tons of Orb Guardians in there, I know, because I haven't fought that many of them. But a lot of the main high-level monsters are cleared out. Mostly in the Orb Chamber, all those Orb Guardians are still pretty much... You're a Chilling Moan. We get the Zot Trap. Out of Los, I don't really want to give them a chance to paralyze me. Okay. Go ahead and go Invis rather than switching on our Elec. This is just going to be kind of a slow and steady clear of Zot 5. No idea if Death Cobb is going to... Go ahead and put on... Oh, we still have it on. Yeah, I can use a noise scroll, but I'm not going to waste time going picking it. I never carry around that thing because it's terrible. And eventually I'm just going to step on this trap. Wouldn't mind the... I wouldn't mind clearing out a few more items if I can, but can't be that choosy. I could just blink in, because I do have Evoke Blink. And I also have 8 Blink Scrolls. Yeah, with these jabs you can actually kill a few things. And yeah, I could have done that. You do run the risk of Ancient Rich. Moderately damaged. Hello, Rich. Here we go, baby. Yeah, with an ogre wizard. Oh yeah, orange statue, classic. This isn't the worst situation to blink. What you can do to help your chances a lot is use fog. Like, you know, obviously you can do whatever to get in there, just try it over and over again. If you want to get out, use a fog scroll, stand basically, you know, one tile off, read fog, and then decrease the number of tiles that are available. Now, of course, you can just land on the teleport trap, and then in that case, well, one thing you can do to help if you're going to land on the teleport trap is pre-read teleport and wait, say, 5 or 6 turns or so. And that way, if you do land on teleport and teleport, you'll have just, you know, 4 turns before another teleport kicks in. I'm not guaranteed that the next teleport is going to take you to safety, but you can kind of stack odds in your favor. Because you know the teleport delay is 10 turns on average. So there's some things you can do to help yourself out. Obviously, you can also just buff up. Use tricks to don't enter a random teleport without anything and without, you know, a contingency, basically. Well, hello, Death Cobb. We meet again. Well, I'm fairly comfortable with, yeah, doing probably a blink past the teleport. Yep. Yeah, you can make clouds in a few different. I mean, you probably have scrolls of fog, but you may not. I happen to have a bunch, so in my case, it's okay. There are gods that actually create fog, like Wu Xian, for instance, but he creates it in a way that wouldn't help you because it's 2 tiles. But yeah, some stuff you can do with Fedas if you were unfortunate enough to be worshipping Fedas. Not because Fedas isn't strong, but Fedas just isn't very much fun. I'm not even going to waste a scroll of fog. Nor am I going to pre-buff on this particular character. I can go ahead and pre-read teleport and start my blink. And what do you know? Now the problem is I have to read another one to stabilize myself, which kind of sucks. But I have enough extra that I'm okay with it. Orb of Fire. Get some fog going. Ooh. Not a good combo. I'm going to step back. We're definitely going to get some spiders to get some blocking action going and let them do some damage. And what do we got on the old resist? We're RF2. I could haste here. I don't have a lot of haste. I'm just basically trying to pick my stuff accordingly because there's the clown and he's a complicating factor. I definitely am going to do some buff. Actually going to step up here so he doesn't hit me with the pie. Let's go ahead and burn 1 haste. I'm going to hit this clown. I'm going to step over here, let them deal with that. Start hitting this guy with anti-magic. This Orb Guardian is nice because he's helping to prevent Fireball. I'm just going to whack the Orb of Fire on the head. Let the Orb Guardian hit me if he wants to. And there we go. Spiders did good work. Good job, Spider Bros. I mean, that 2 is definitely extremely low for an average. You probably, I don't know, by the time you get there, you might use them readily. I do tend to use them, certainly. But I usually have more than 6 on average by the time I get there. Like the average number you find in the dungeon is something like 9 or 10. And I usually have some number kind of close to that. We took some pretty good damage there. Yeah, I usually like to have a bit more than that because they're really good on the orb run as well, and I like to have them for Zot. Now this character is on the stronger side, so how are you exactly standing on the Zot trap? That's definitely below average for a 15 runer. I mean, 15 runer, you have a lot of stuff. If you look at obstat for it, like my games typically definitely find. I mean, the average might be 8, but for 15 runes, it's going to go up by a lot. It depends what branches you visit. Now, I always do Crypt. I usually do Crypt. I usually do Elf 1 and 2. These days I'm often doing Vaults 5 over Slime, talking 3-rune games. But yeah, for 3-rune branches, the average is definitely closer to something like 8 or so. Probably it's even 9. You know, obviously there's variance. Don't want that guy to teleport, really. Oh, hey. I'm gonna take this a little bit more seriously. Alright, now we've got some fun. Gotta think. Yeah, cancellation is definitely rarer. You can see I had more haste than cancellation. Might does nothing for ranged. I'm gonna go ahead and use another fog and get these guys in close. And maybe we'll box a beast and hit this guy with some anti-magic. And then hit this guy with some anti-magic. Down they go. Primal Stingbat Beast. Well done, sir. I know you did something. Oh yeah, good sting. 2 exclamation points. Strength. Doesn't it's what it does is it doesn't add the slaying bonus to the damage like it does for melee, but strength does influence it. So it's not the strength that's the problem, it's the 1d10 slaying that is so crucial for making might potions good is not added. Which it probably shouldn't work that way, to be perfectly fair. Your tarantula suddenly disappears. I was trying to figure out what Temkeek meant, but I think I know what you meant. You're saying it should be Dex, right? Always level Dex. I don't care what you say, Dex is the stat, Dexterity is the stat that's the funnest to say. I will challenge anyone on that. Care who you are, care how many elves you've licked. I don't care how long your win streak is. If you don't think Dex is cool to say, well, we just can't be friends. You literally cannot associate if you do not like saying the word Dex. Damn, we're down to 3 stars of Drogbite. Rip Brothers in Arms. That's why I like Faith, honestly. Although that stunt I pulled with resting was really what's to blame. Okay, we got some good summons. Not as good as Brothers in Arms at Good Piety, but gotta watch these traps in this orb chamber. They can be nasty. Really good to pull stuff out of the orb chamber, because Didn't get marked once so far. Pretty nice. At this point, most of the vault is clear. Wow, just got back to 4 stars. And it would be crappy Brothers in Arms at this point. How much money do I have left? Box of Beasts, Phantom Mirror. I might go... I can't really mirror anything because all the demons have spells. There it is. The Orp of Zot. I might go ahead and try clearing out the rest. The problem is, well, I've got one teleport trap adjacent to the orb. It is... ammunition. But that's talking base damage. So ranged, yeah, I think these are joke items. These are joke entries. But the way it works for... Did that actually say what it does? Oh no, that's just talking about what the base damage is. The actual... it is structured the same way as this. That's base damage. That's talking about that for forms. Doesn't actually talk about how strength influences it. Yeah, no, strength definitely does influence it. It's I'm trying to remember where the write-up for the formula shows that. Just like it does for melee. But yeah, for the Might Potion, it was because the slaying bonus doesn't apply for whatever reason. I can't really go back to check on anything. I have 13 teleport scrolls. What I am going to do is kind of read telly, maybe wait a few turns, and then pick up the orb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick it up. Alright. We'll cancel. We got an excellent teleport. We're gonna head on up. I think this is the one we want, right? Yep. So now you could make the case that we actually want to be bloodless. However, what I have right now is the flexibility to keep my max HP and to go bloodless if I see a situation. I just can't do it tactically. I do have haste, but I only have 5 potions of it. Being in bat form would sure be really nice, because not a lot of stuff can outrun hasted bat form. Yeah. Trunk does not know. That hasn't changed. None of those have changed. None of those formulas have changed. It's just how the ammunition works, but not how the damage is done. The last big reform was when Grunt, former dev, reform range combat to use the same sort of code path and general classes, abstracting some things as weapons do, and making the formulas more similar, and throwing got influenced in that in the same way. Yep. So weapon skill would get replaced with throwing skill. You would still have the fighting modifier, of course. There's the strength component. The base damage is based on the base damage of the way base damage works is the same as unarmed combat, in that it's the base ammunition type, but it's also modified by throwing skill, I believe. So base damage is really dominant there. It's multiplicative with the strength modifier, and I don't know. I think throwing skill still modifies. Of course, also throwing skill is, by the way, lowering the delay. That's another thing to remember. This is just talking damage, it's not talking delay. So you're increasing your final damage because you're throwing things faster. Nope, that is not correct. Way unarmed combat works, base damage is 3 plus UC skill. So unarmed combat skill actually modifies the base damage of the unarmed combat, and throwing uses the same system. So things like claws can further modify base damage. Claws as a mutation that modifies it. Nope. Yeah, UC plus 3, but you're saying UC adds 3. I don't know what you mean by UC adds 3. What that means is what I'm saying is as you increase UC skill, you're increasing your base damage. We're probably saying the same thing. And as far as delay goes, it's yeah, delay is 1.0 minus UC over 54, I think. Thank you for the follow, Brobsaurus. Yeah, we're saying the same thing. So anyhow, it's good to train throwing if you want more damage. High throwing, like javelin throwing, is pretty insane. Longbow still beats longbow at min delay with like full enchantment, and an ego still beats it out because you can have that +9 enchantment, that +9 slang, and the base damage of a longbow is so good. And the even with the delay difference, like the throwing can get a lower min delay, but it doesn't have that 9 slaying, and it doesn't have ammunition. If you look at javelins, the base damage of... Oh no, Lomlobot. We've hacked him. It can't quite compete with a longbow. So longbow is like the best in the game. Modulo, you know, other weird things you might have, like if you had some triple crossbow that was speed versus a longbow of not speed and stuff like that. But did that seriously just not do anything? Okay. Fine, sequel. Be that way. Probably sequel is not responding. I noticed it was a little bit slow earlier. Up we go. We go again. Got a Hellbeast. What do we do? Impossible, unkillable monster. Uh-oh, am I not... Oh, looks good. That's interesting. Is Twitch chat screwing up? I think Twitch chat might be doing something. That was weird. How come my message doesn't show up? There it is. Weird. Yeah, sorry about that. I think Twitch chat just had a derp and ate some messages, because it ate mine too. That's, I assume, what happened there. Maybe Twitch chat just had a little temporary outage. Base type, yeah, javelin's 10. Longbow is 15. You can get a better min delay, I think, with throwing, but you'll get to min delay faster with the longbow, and you'll have 50% more base damage compared to a javelin, and you get 9 slaying. So Basically, longbows are really good. Range combat is pretty silly in Crawl, honestly. Oh no! Not gonna waste any more. I'm just gonna javelin that guy because I know he'll die fast. And we're gonna dig for victory. We're out of Zot. Nothing can keep us down. Nobody puts Gamma Funk in the corner. Since I have 3 close stairs, I'm going to check them out. I'll go ahead and use this one because really? I don't think that's actually closer. Oh, that might be the closest one. Well, that's not certainly good. These are actually roughly equally close. Yeah, that's clearly a better staircase. I wonder, it's probably calculating the overall shortest path. That's an interesting question. I need to look that up. Up I go. See you later, torturous demon spawn. Get on here. Check this out. That does not look like a very good staircase to me. That's not what I wanted. That is also, these are terrible, terrible stairs, 0 out of 10. Gonna go up and just, you know what? Oh, nice. Wow. That was a lot of summons you made there, my friend. Congrats to you. Well done. You trolled me real good. These stairs are also crap. Oh, that's right. God, it's a straight shot. That's always scary. Oh, god damn it. Just gonna go. Gonna ignore Mr. Large Bomb and boom. Don't mash keys. A Panlord can show up at the last moment, and that always sucks. Do not question the last minute Glaciate Panlord. Yeah, strength definitely scales up damage a lot. There's a rule of thumb that says that every point of strength is a 2.5% damage increase. Every point of strength relative to 10 strength is a 2.5% damage increase. So if you go from 10 strength to 20 strength, you get a 25% damage increase. When making that, though, if your current strength is not 10, then that's not appropriate, but it also tends to be not too far wrong. Even if your strength is significantly a bit more than 10, that percentage is going to be somewhat close to it. So that's a good operating rule to think about. And that's why people like to level strength a lot, unless you really want to have evasion. Because not only does getting strength can get you evasion by decreasing the evasion penalty from wearing heavy armor, assuming you're wearing heavy armor. If you're not, then it's not going to help you any. It can also lower the spellcasting penalty, allowing you to more easily cast spells. So it's giving you 3 things, and for damage it's particularly good. Dex is only helping your EV. It's just better at that than strength is alone. Although depending on where you are, depending on your current strength, strength can actually be better if your strength is quite bad and you have fairly heavy armor. My strength is actually quite good, so. And obviously int is the best overall for increasing your ability to cast a spell. And okay, we had a Panlord. He's right around the corner. What I can do is get some Box of Beasts, get a Might going, and just whack the dude over the head. Actually, I didn't even check to see what he has. He's just got Orb of Destruction. I'm going to anti-magic him to death. I should have checked, actually, because I could have made a decision about what resist to put up or something like that. There's a Deva. You can see Deva is sneaking a lot of damage with that smite. See you later, demon spawns. See you later, bye. Don't know where that's going to take me, so I'm going to go check out these stairs and see what that looks like. Not terrible, so I'll take the known quantity. Aha. I'm actually going to go back down here instead of fighting TT. Nothing against TT. I mean, hey, your name sounds a little silly to me, but you know what, TT? I'm sure you like it. I mean, no offense. I don't think that teleport really helped out my situation at all. Where's the other? Oh, they're way in the corner there. Let's try the... Really? Gonna do that to me? Let's go see what this looks like. It's not amazing. Where was TT? TT was over there. I think I'm gonna go over here and try some dig action. Don't have a lot of dig charges. I just don't want to deal with TT. Alright, what are these stairs looking like? Looking pretty good. Hell Sentinel, see you later, bye. Oh, these looking... Doesn't get much better than that. Or that. Not too far, not too close. Oh, Baroyump! We meet again, my old friend. Petrify, 3%. Well, you can't really do much to me. You just have Bolt of Drain. 37 damage is no joke, certainly. I'm gonna haste. Always good to start up with the haste. I'm gonna might. Beast it up. He's probably gonna fall down fairly quickly. There's that. We'll ride it out on throwing. Just gonna move in and hit Ancient Rich. Anti-magic it up. We're getting all the spawns. Does this look? Not too great. Well, there is that, but what about this? Honestly, not much of an improvement. I guess it is sort of an improvement. Oh no. I got bamboozled. D1. This is where it all began. Not the worm. We did it. Wow. High score. The server high score. How did he do it? Best player on the server. That's GG. Vampire testing is done. Sadly, it was not an online game, so we're not really going to get to see this increase my glorious statistical records. But I guess it was not a 1-in-1 because I did do I got blown up by Egypt. It was just a win. Curse you, Egypt. Ruining my 1-in-1. My fake 1-in-1. I don't think I read what orb was at. Wandering around as a Gargzerk, I can look at the Cascade, throw the Trog, mimic treasures, just mean. Yeah, treasure portals, I mean, honestly, they troll you so much anyway. I had one this game that was 10 potions of heal wounds, and I wasn't about to do that. I honestly didn't use too much heal wounds at all later in the game. I could have a couple points. Never used those darts, they just sat in my inventory. Overall, that was it was a pretty fun run. I only used the bloodless aspect just a few times. Like, I stayed bloodless in Crypt, and it was cool there because I got a billion curse skulls. But again, it was more of a convenience thing, not so much a gameplay thing. It was just like playing a human with good regen and somewhat worse apps. And so it really didn't feel like much different from playing a human fighter with like extra regen. Extra regen was cool because it kept my max HP up pretty high, especially with Trog's hand, but Trog already makes the game pretty easy. Throwing inventory clutter was better, so that was nice. I would next time if I play a vampire, I'm going to try to play one that kind of does something with the different states a bit more so. That's more interesting. I sort of wanted to see, mostly this happened because I wanted to test the throwing stuff, so I really wanted to go with a god that was going to give me stuff to throw. And that kind of limited my choices. If you're going to go with throwing, you're not really going to use like a lot of spells. I did end up using evocations, but I kind of, used some of it, not as much as I sort of prepared for, but overall, more fun to play than the last ones. They probably need some further working of the concept, but this is sort of nice as a first step because at least they're more fun to actually play now. Like a lot of designs, some things in this game tend to be kind of iterative. You just sort of work on them a bit and then you try something else. You try something else later once you get a good idea. I'm sure eBaring will have a dream about vampires and he'll wake up and have a brilliant idea and immediately run off to write a patch implementing new vampires.